Hi, this is a demonstration of a custom API subscription approval flow based on Axway Amplify Central and its unified catalog, leveraging connected gateways through Axway agents. This demonstration has two personas: the API consumer, meaning I'm the user that wants to look at the catalog. I find an API that I want to use, and I'll need to subscribe to it because it's a secure API. And the other persona is the API approver. And in this case, the API approver is going to get a notification that a user wants to use the API. And the process is they need to make sure that that user is in their CRM system. So if the subscription approval flow detects that user is in the CRM system, it will automatically approve the API subscription request. If not, then the API approver will get notified in Microsoft Teams, and they'll need to go add the user into the CRM system. And then the next time the flow checks, that subscription will be approved. Another use case is for the company's employees and partners, and for them we want to maintain a whitelist based on their email domain name, and for those users we're going to automatically approve their subscription request. So let's get started. So again, I am an API consumer and I am not an employee or customer of the company, but I have been granted access to the unified catalog, and I can see here APIs from Axway's API Manager, some APIs from the AWS API Gateway, and an API from MuleSoft, all exposed by the Axway agents for connected gateways. So I see here an API I'm interested in, and I have various information here. I might want to try it out, so I'll look at the methods. I can see the base address. I can see some resources I'd like to try. So maybe I come into Postman, and I enter in the information and I try it out, and of course I don't have an API key, so I cannot access that API. So the next thing I'll do is I'll come up here and subscribe to that API. So I enter in some information. I want to build a mobile app, so I'll call my subscription name mobile app, and I'll select the only plan that's available and request access. And at this point, as the API consumer, I just need to wait for an email from Axway with the API key once my subscription request has been approved. So now I'm going to switch to the other persona, which is the API approver. Now, the API consumer, in this case, is not in the CRM system. So the subscription approval flow is checking to see if the subscriber is in the CRM system, finds out that they're not, and then the subscription flow will notify the API approval team via Microsoft Teams. So in a few moments here, we'll see a Microsoft Teams notification letting me know that there's a user who wants to subscribe to an API, but they're not in the CRM system. Now, it's worth noting that this subscription approval flow is running in Axway's integration builder, and it's running on a cron job, and I can see that it fired. It saw that there was a subscription, saw that that user was not in the CRM system, and then notified the API approval team in Microsoft Teams. And you can see here I have a lot of information. I have access to the subscription request. So if I click on that, I can actually go find out about that subscription request, all the details. I'll get rid of that for now. The next thing I see is that which API they want to subscribe to, and some information saying that the subscriber is not in Salesforce. Please go add the subscriber to Salesforce. So here I am in Salesforce, and let me add that user, and I'll take that email address, and I'll create a new user. And the email address is that. And I have just created the user. So now what will happen is the next time the subscription approval flow runs, and again it's on a cron job, it will see that Lior Brenman has a subscription approval request that's open, and now they will actually find them in the CRM system, and at that point it will automatically approve the subscription. So the next thing that will happen is I will get an email or the API consumer will get an email with the API key. So we just need to wait for that. So now we see that the email arrived to the user or the API subscriber, and I need this API key. Put that in Postman. I also need the value. And I try this out. And now I get the response to my API. Now, if the API consumer goes back into Central, to the Unified Catalog and refreshes, they will actually also see that their subscription is approved. So there it is. I can see the history of this, the request, a note, it was approved via custom subscription flow. And the other interesting thing is if I look at the contact in Salesforce, click refresh here, the subscription approval flow also added a note to the contact, which basically says that the subscription was approved because contact was in Salesforce, and it provides a link to the subscription. So that was the first use case where it's not an employee or a partner, but it was actually a customer or prospect that was not in the CRM system. Now let's go look at our second use case. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sign out. And I'm going to sign in as an employee. And Axway.com is in my whitelist, so when I, as an API consumer who is an employee of the company, or imagine I'm a partner, I will also be able to subscribe, and the subscription will be automatically approved. So here I am an API consumer, I'm an employee of the company, and I want to look at the same API, the methods, and again, I want to use this method, but I don't have an API key, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subscribe. So I will switch over to my email, and again, I will expect an email with my with the API key. Now, in this case, there'll be no notification to Microsoft Teams, no check in the CRM, because this API subscriber, based on their email address, they've been whitelisted, and they're going to be granted automatic approval. And there it is. So the user automatically got emailed. And again, there was no Microsoft Teams notification because there was no need to even check in the CRM. And if I come in here in Postman and try this key, we will see that this is a valid key. It might take a minute for the AWS API to be redeployed. And there it is. So as an employee, L. Brenman at Axway.com was granted access automatically to the API subscription. So in this demonstration, we saw a custom API subscription approval flow built in Axway's Integration Builder. And this subscription approval flow is based on an enterprise's CRM and their business process. And that process is to only allow users who are in the CRM to be automatically approved, and also to have a whitelist for employees and partners to be automatically approved. Thank you very much.